Now, if you're a mum and you're watching this, then this video is for you. A lot of the time, you are used to seeing me at my best, and we're all used to seeing each other at our best when you think about it. Whether that's like on our phones or on the computer or out and about, because we're all showing off our best sides and we're all sharing and capturing our best memories. And why wouldn't we? Because those are the ones that we want to remember. I don't want to remember tantrums or sick on my shoulder or the pile of washing that I have stacked up in the kitchen. There are lots of things that are more important to me than that. But I also think it's important that I let you know that I have bad times too. In fact, a lot of mums have bad times, which is what this video is all about. Because right now you are looking at me pretty much at my worst. I'm not well, I haven't slept very well. In fact, I slept there last night because I couldn't stop coughing. My house is a mess. There's bits all over my floor, there's washing that I'm behind on, and you know what, it's fine, it's got to be. But I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm getting behind in things. I feel like I'm letting my kids down. And I feel like I should be some sort of magic combination of Mary Poppins, Beyonce and Maria from The Sound of Music, except I'm none of those things. I've got together with a few of my friends and I'm going to leave you in their capable hands. And this is just a message for you to say, Mama, you got this. If you're having a bad day, if you're having a great day, if you're having an average day, it doesn't matter. You're doing a really good job.
Accept that sometimes your home will be untidy, that there'll be a pile of washing in the corner, and that yes, once in a blue moon you might just have to get a takeaway because you generally cannot be bothered to cook, and that the kids will have to entertain themselves on the iPad while you get your shit together. I found striving for perfection is generally a bad idea because life itself can get hectic, and then adding kids into that can be totally unpredictable at times. Being the best mum you can be doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but remembering that you're always good at the important things.
Take care of yourself. Do all the things that you have always loved doing alongside being a parent. It's okay if parenthood doesn't completely define you as a person, and that you take that time away. You'll walk back into that house feeling refreshed. You'll make decisions with rationale and with patience, and you will cherish the moments with your baby. You're doing amazing.
If your baby was long awaited, like my mum was, you might feel like you have to be 100% grateful 100% of the time, and life isn't like that. You have my full permission to wing it just like the rest of them.
This one is for the parents out there who have fussy eaters. My eldest is 3 and he is such a fussy eater, and he probably eats about 1 meal in the whole week, like dinner meal that we give him, and it can be really crushing and really worrying. I feel really upset and worried is kind of take a step back and look at Ethan, and I see how happy he is. I see that he isn't unhealthy. He looks like a healthy little boy, you know, and that kind of reassures me. He's not unhealthy. He's not unhappy. If you have a fussy eater as well, I just wanted to say that I know how that feels and you're not alone.
I know what it's like to never see the bottom of that washing basket, not to mention the ironing pile that only gets bigger. Everyone else seems to have their shit together, but you're only just managing to survive. The truth is, we're all just winging it. None of us really have it together. Everyone just copes in a different way.
I know what it feels like to feel so alone when you hear those words, your child has autism. You can feel like your whole world has been turned upside down. You scream, you grieve, you cry, you get angry, you blame yourself, you break down, literally. I'm here to tell you, nothing is your fault. You are not to blame. Your child is perfect and autism is a part of them. It always has been. You will now be your child's educator, specialist, FBI detective. You will be their teacher and their therapist. You know your child best. Just give them all the love they need. You have got this, from one mum with autism to another.
I know what it's like to lose yourself. Becoming a mum can be so overwhelming that when your baby arrives, straight away, right from the get-go, you completely forget about yourself
and you go down the priority list. It's important to remember your own well-being, so that throughout motherhood you're looking after you, which means you're being the best person you can be, which effectively means you're being the best mum that you can be, and that's what's important.
When your day has been long and you're counting down the minutes until bedtime, that's okay. When you haven't washed your hair for a week and you reach for the dry shampoo yet again, touché. When the TV has been on so long you realise you're watching a Sophia the First repeat from that morning. Oops. When you let your kid eat their third yoghurt of the day just for a bit of peace and quiet. No bother. Parenting is wonderful, but it's also hard. Take the rough with the smooth and do what you gotta do to get through. Tomorrow is a brand new day.
It is so hard trying to juggle everything when you're a mum, and it can end up feeling like you're not doing a very good job because you don't have time to focus on any one thing. And in the end that means that it never feels like you're being a perfect mum. But I think that's okay because life isn't perfect and we're all just doing the best we can. So I'd like to tell you to just take a bit of time for you and take a bit of TLC for you because you deserve it. You do so much every single day holding it all together. So don't beat yourself up, give yourself a pat on the back and realise that you've got this.
You know that mum that you see out and about that looks like she has everything together? Well, she's probably looking at you and thinking the exact same thing. The truth is, we're all just winging it and making it up as we go along and hoping that our best is enough. And just know that no mum will ever judge you for pouring that midday glass of wine.
Hey mamas! So we all know that parenting can have its amazing days, but it can also have its pretty shitty ones as well. Often quite literally. In fact, one day my daughter pooed on the carpet, stood in it and then walked it round the house.
I came downstairs to find this. Yep, that nice pile of poo rubbed into the carpet.
So yes, parenting can have its really tough days, but know that you are not alone. We've all been there, we've all had those tough days, and good luck. We're all just trying to make it through this crazy world of parenting. Just remember on those bad days there are many more good days to make up for it.
One thing I've really got to get better at reminding myself is that everybody snaps and loses their patience, and I beat myself up about it so much. Sometimes I'll put the kids to bed in the evening and I'll sit down and I'll be like, oh, if only I hadn't shouted. And you know when you feel like you've done everything wrong, but I'm determined to stop and remind myself that it's impossible not to have those days. It's impossible not to get snappy sometimes. It doesn't make you a bad mum. It doesn't make you a bad person. My children know that I love them and they don't judge me for it. Probably the only person judging me is me. Your kids still love you. They have snappy days too. You know, they get it. It's fine.
Do you ever feel like you're being judged for being, or even just looking like a young parent? That people are making assumptions about you, about the way that you parent, about your children? It happens a lot and it's really hard to deal with. But they don't know anything about you. They don't know the things that you do, the sacrifices you make for your children. So ignore them. You've got this. Hi there, my name's Ashley Bailey and I'm mum to 4 little ones. My advice to any mums out there would be, look, we all know motherhood is busy, it's hectic, the washing pile's never ending, the lists are never struck off, but just try and take 5 minutes out of every day to sit back and look at what you've achieved. Take in all those little milestones, the first words, the first steps, because let's face it, we only get one chance at those. The dishes can wait, the washing can wait, but those moments are the most precious of them all.
Mum guilt is a massive part of the job description, and let's be honest, it's a bit of a bitch sometimes. It seems like whatever you do, somebody somewhere thinks you're doing it wrong. But just remember that there are plenty of other people that think you're doing it right. And in all honesty, the only people whose opinions really matter are yours and your children's. So try and let go of the guilt and focus on the smiles instead.
Oh, we just wanted to get together and let you know that you're not alone at all. We all have bad days and we all have our own demons, and they might be different from yours, they might be the same, but the fact is none of us are perfect. So please try and remember that you've got this. You're amazing, and ultimately your family would never have anyone other than you.